you transitioned from a real estate transactional lawyer to a litigator. Why did you do that, and what did you have to do to make that happen?
There's actually a funny story associated with that. I can tell it very quickly. I was a real estate transactional lawyer. I made an investment in a penny stock, which for me at the time was a large investment. It was about $100,000. I was probably 30 years old. And I lost all the money almost immediately. And I learned that the CEO of the company, I won't mention his name, I remember it, but I won't mention it, was that I really had bought his stock, okay, through a series of channels when I saw what are called SEC 13D filings. So I wasn't too happy with this fellow. And I went to a public shareholders meeting, and I kind of screamed at him from the audience in that meeting, and I sued him, okay? Pro se. I wasn't a litigator. By the way, I had just left Herrick and I was on my own. I sued him pro se. He ended up being represented by a very competent lawyer whose name now escapes me, but he was as a U.S. attorney, he had prosecuted Michael Milken. So he was much older than I was, and certainly much more competent litigation at that point in time. And I began to litigate with him. He was out litigating me, but I lasted. And eventually he made me a very reasonable settlement offer. He offered to pay me $75,000 of my $100,000 loss very quickly, and I turned it down, which shocked him. And he said, "Why are you turning that down, Steve?" And I said, "Because I think I have an aptitude for litigation. I have no one to teach me, and I am going to make you my mentor, whether you like it or not." And I litigated with him for 2 more years, pointlessly from an economic standpoint, but it gave me a grounding in the field, and then I slowly began to take cases as a litigator. That's how I became a litigator. I was on my own, and I would say through 2001, my time was roughly equally split between transactional work and litigation. Well, certainly as soon as the crash happened, now my phone rings mostly or almost exclusively for litigation, though it's correlated to real estate. So that's how I made the transition. So I never had a formal mentor. My formal mentoring was in transactional real estate work, and I never had a formal litigation mentor.